Right, so far you guys have multiplied and divided numbers with scientific notation. This week we are going to learn how to add and subtract numbers written in scientific notation. So I have an example here. We have 3 times 10 to the 8th. That's roughly the speed of light. That's a really big number. Plus 2 times 10 to the 5th, which is also a pretty significant number. Alright. Now, adding and subtracting is a little harder than what we did last week with multiplying and dividing for one key reason. We have to get the exponents to match. So over here on the right side of my paper, I have 3 steps. Alright, step number 1, get the exponents to match. And what I mean by that is the powers of 10 need to be the same. We have a 10 to the 8th, we have a 10 to the 5th. They are not the same. So we need to readjust one of these numbers so that it matches the other one's power. Alright, step 2, we need to add or subtract, then we keep the power of 10. Step 3, we readjust if necessary to perfect scientific notation. Alright, so let's go through these 3 steps. So step 1, get the exponents to match. Alright, I am going to adjust the second number so it becomes 10 to the 8th. Alright, I find it much easier to raise exponents than it is to decrease exponents. So I'm going to keep this first number the same, 3 times 10 to the 8th. Alright, that one's going to stay the same. Plus, now I need to make this times 10 to the 8th. So I need to raise this exponent by 3 to make this times 10 to the 8th. Now, if I want to raise an exponent by 3, that means that I need to move my decimal point, which is just to the right of the 2. I need to take this decimal point and move it left 3. Alright, so if I write 2 over here and some space over here, I need to take this decimal point and I need to move it left 3 places. 1, 2, 3. Fill in the empty spaces with zeros. So this becomes 0.002. Alright, so I have 0.002, didn't give myself enough space, times 10 to the 8th. Alright, it's the same number as 2 times 10 to the 5th. I just rewrote it to make that power of 10, 10 to the 8th. Alright, so that's step 1. That is the hardest step. Get the exponents to match. Now, once I have that done, I'm going to add or subtract my first number. So I need to do 3 plus 0.002. That's pretty easy addition. Alright, that's just 3.002. And I'm going to keep the power of 10. Alright, since they both have 10 to the 8th, I'm going to keep that. Step 3, readjust to perfect scientific notation. Well, in this case, my answer is perfect scientific notation because that decimal point is between the 3 and the 0. Alright, remember this first number has to be between 1 and 10. Alright, so this is my answer, 3.002 times 10 to the 8th. Alright, so follow these 3 steps, you'll be in good shape. Step 1 is the hardest, get the exponents to match. So I'll give you guys a little key here. If you want to raise an exponent, so if I want to increase an exponent, that means I need to move a decimal left. Alright. Alright, and if you want to go the other way, if you want to decrease an exponent, you have to move the decimal right. Alright, oh, my arrows are a little goofy here. So if I want the exponent to go up, my decimal goes left. If I want my exponent to go down, my decimal goes right. Alright, let's do another example. So we have 9.6 times 10 to the 15th minus 4 times 10 to the 12th. Again, 2 very large numbers. Now, I cannot subtract these yet because my powers of 10 do not match. Alright, so I need to adjust one of these numbers. And what I said earlier was I prefer to raise exponents. Alright, so I'm going to bring this exponent up to 15. So again, I'm going to keep this first number the same. 9.6 times 10 to the 15th minus, now I need to bring this up to 15, so that means I have to raise my exponent by 3. So if I'm going to raise my exponent by 3, that means I need to move my decimal to the left by 3. All right, so my decimal needs to go left 3. All right, so if I write the number 4 down, I know I've got numbers written all over here, so if I take 4 and I want to move my decimal point to the left 3, I go 1, 2, 3. Fill in the 2 blank spaces with 0, so that's 0.004. All right, so I'm going to write this second number as 0.004, all right, or 4 thousandths, times 10 to the 15th. All right, so again, I rewrote that second number by raising its exponent. All right, I had to move the decimal point. Now, since my powers match, I can do the subtraction. So I can subtract the first numbers. All right, so I have 9.6 minus 0.004. Subtraction is always a little harder. All right, I'm going to have to borrow here. So I get 6, 9, 5, 9. All right, so 9.6 minus 0.004 is 9.596. Now I'm going to keep the power of 10 the same, times 10 to the 15th. All right, and that's my final answer. So again, guys, hardest step is step number 1. Get those exponents to match. All right, that's going to be the tricky part when you guys are first practicing. All right, so don't get frustrated. It's just going to take a little bit of practice and you'll have it at no time. All right, so as always, feel free to send me an email with any questions.